Too low to the mall, with a couple capos and 100 fucking dimes. Color slaughter gang, you get your shit popped. Draco with a drum, the bitch.
Hey y'all, Janae here. Welcome to the It's Nay Lou channel. If this is your first time here and you like what you see, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. So this video is going to be a little different. If you can tell from the title, this is going to be 5 things you must know before moving to Houston, Texas. As you know, or as you don't know, if this is your first time looking at my channel, I am originally from New Jersey, a little small town called Union. Shout out to Union. So yes, shout out to that town. I don't live there no more, so it don't matter. But shout out to Union. Shout out to, you know, everybody from there, my classmates, my friends, all that. But yes, so I moved to Houston about 4 years ago now. In November, it will be 4 years, which is crazy because it seems like I just moved down there. But anyway, so everybody's like, you know, what do you like about it? What do you like about Houston and all that stuff? Like, what are some of the differences that you experience? So I was like, why not I just make a video and just explain it to y'all? So let's get into it. Number 1, Houston is huge. Let me say that again. Houston is huge. Like, there are 2 airports in Houston. Just so y'all know, there are 2. Okay? But Houston is huge. Like, I guess I did not understand the magnitude of how huge Houston is until I moved. There are 200 zip codes, I believe, in Houston. I believe I'm right on that. But just comparing to my town, the town I come from was only 2,100 square miles. Houston's about like 671. I Googled it, so yes. But it is huge. Like, I see a lot of memes or whatever saying, you know, if you live in the southeast side, which I live in the southeast side, and you have and you're dating somebody in Katy, which is a suburb of Houston, which is where I actually first moved to when we came down, you're in a long distance relationship. And it's crazy because it's true, because like from here to Katy is like 45 minutes and that's in no traffic. So yes, Houston is huge. Houston is huge. Houston is huge. Number 2, piggybacking off of number 1, because the city is so huge, you need a car. You need a car because, again, if you are from a town like I am from, it's a small town, but, you know, it has access to all public transportation, bus, train stations not far, whatever. Once you get into New York, you can have the subway. So if you are used to, you know, getting around on public transportation and all that stuff, from wherever you're coming from, Houston, you need a car. Point blank at the period. Do they have public transportation? Yes, they have buses, but the bus line doesn't go everywhere, you know? So I don't even know. I think I have a bus line by my house. I know there's one by my job, but I think, like, I wouldn't even know, like, I guess I'd have to Uber. Like, if, like, you know, something happened to my car or whatever, if I had to get to work, like, what bus I would take. Like, and they don't run frequently. Again, anybody in Houston, feel free to correct me in terms of like the bus system and all that stuff. They have a train. They have like this little small train thing. I call it like a light rail because it's only downtown. So you need a car. Like, you need a car, you need a car, you need a car. I can't stress it enough that you need a car because, you know, just even going places is like, again, where I'm from, you are used to not even hopping in the car, walking and like going to the corner store or whatever. Ain't no walking. I mean, if you're gonna walk, they have said Houston is not a walkable city, so just keep that in mind. Number 3, Houston does have a very diverse food scene, but not everything is available. What I mean by that is, again, this is coming off of somebody who is from the New Jersey, New York area. Tell me I'm lying. I can't get no good pizza around here. Good pizza down here is Little Caesars, which ain't bad, but it's like I can't go to Nina No-No's and them to get me a good slice, you know, the homemade hole in the wall Italian spot to get a good slice of pizza. You can't. No pizzas, no Italian cheeseburgers, no cheesesteaks. Not really. Not like that. Like, no bagels. They have this one spot called, I believe it's called Einstein Bagels. It ain't it. But I will say, Houston has other things, you know? So, again, if you're used to that East Coast feel in terms of food, it's not here, but there are a lot of Cajun seafood, and I love me some Cajun food. I love me some seafood. They have a huge Asian area, and all that stuff. All in terms of, you know, Thai, Korean food, Vietnamese food, all that is down here, and it is good. Also, in terms of food, Chinese, you know, takeout Chinese, it ain't hitting like back up north. I'm sorry, it's not. Don't come for me, Houstonians. It's not. I even had my coworker down here when they sent him to Jersey because our office, we have a Jersey office. He was like, that was the best Chinese. He was like, Janae, that was the best Chinese food I ever had. I said, I told you. But yeah, so. But yes, but again, there is everything, you know. Brunch is big, you know. Again, the seafood, all that stuff is down here. But again, not like the East Coast. Again, just giving some, you know, if you are considering, if you could do without the pizza, then come on down. I do miss my pizza, so that is like one of my spots when I go back up north. That and White Castle. Woo, child. But yes, the very diverse food scene, just some things that wherever your area, whatever area you're from, you're not accustomed to, is not going to be down here. Oh, tacos. Tacos are top notch down here. Barbecue. Oh, yes. That brisket. Ooh. Whew. I'm telling you, down here, it got the best brisket. I'm telling you. Number 4. Research the area that you want to move to. I'm going to say that again. Research the area you want to move to. One more time for good measure. Research the area you want to move to. Keep in mind, Houston has no zoning laws, guys. None. So you could be in an apartment building, a strip club, a church, all in one block. A high-rise building, all on one block. It's so confusing. Like, it's crazy because I was talking to my boyfriend's cousin, my boyfriend's aunt. She's up here. She's down here. She's been down here for like 20-something years. But she was saying that Houston, it's kind of strange in terms of like, you know, the areas like at first you'll drive into a nice area and then it turns into the hood. And then you go into a nice area and it's all on the same block. I kid you not. And again, so yes, research the area you want to move to. A lot of people choose to move out into the suburbs of Houston to be out of the way, like Sugarland, Pearland, Katy, and all that stuff. The Woodlands, that's up more up north. Cypress, Tomball. Some people choose, you know, that route. We did live in Katy, but I am in Houston, like actual Houston. I'm in Southeast Houston. So, it's not bad. The area is not bad, but again, go about 3-4 miles to the left and you're going to be in some stuff. So yes, definitely research the area you want to move to. And if you need a realtor in Houston, let me know. I got y'all. I'm not a realtor, but I will put y'all on to my realtor. Number 5, the weather. Be prepared for anything in Houston. Summer starts at like May and does not end until probably like the middle of October. It is September 21st and it is still about 93 degrees. I'm still in shorts. I see people have they like autumn decor and all that stuff out, and I'm like, oh, like it still feel like it's summertime. So, and Houston does get bipolarish with the weather in terms of like, I'd say around like the winter months, like January, February, and all that stuff. Because it does get cool. It gets cool, like the 60s, 50s, or whatever. Might have a low. So, you know, it does get cool. But then, like, let's say, like, for example, February. I think February is one of the most bipolar months down here. Because one day, it could be like 55 degrees, and the next day, it's 75. Or even 80. So, the weather, it is hurricane season still. They do get hurricanes. We had a hurricane last year, Hurricane Beryl. We lost power for about 3 days. So yes, be cautious of that. Flooding. Houston floods. Houston floods. Houston floods. Houston floods. And again, depending on the area, it could just flood from a bad snowstorm. Lord Jesus. Bad rainstorm. It could be raining for like 30 minutes and you damn near underwater, depending on where you are. Now, where I live at does not flood. I'm not in a flood zone, but everything around me is a flood zone. So, like, you know, everything around me is a flood zone. So if it's raining really bad and, you know, let's say I got to go to work or something like that, I'll be like, I'm either going to work from home or I'm coming in late. If you hear my dogs playing, my apologies. But yes, the weather and the summer be summering because, whoo, baby, the humidity is insane. The humidity is insane. We're right by the Gulf, or not too far from the Gulf, but that humidity, whoo. I was just outside, and it's actually probably gonna rain today. Finally, it hasn't rained in a while down here, actually. But I was outside, you know, for a little bit, and I was just like, whoo, like that humidity was kicking. So yes, be mindful of the weather. Yes, the weather is generally nice all year round, but just be prepared. Just be prepared. You know, you trading in that snow for that extra humidity, so just be prepared. Honorable mention, nightlife. So I'm not a clubber and all that stuff anymore. Well, I went here and there, but I'm not really much of a clubber, but there is, you know, lots to do in terms of like, you know, going out and all that stuff. But also, if you're not a clubber, there are lots of other things you can do. There are museums, there are, you know, cool things, there are pop-ups and all that stuff. So again, my dogs are playing. Sorry about that. But there are cool things to do. Like there's Buffalo Soldiers Museum of Funeral History, the Houston Museum of Natural Science. We've been a few times. That one is cool. What other ones? NASA's down here. That's pretty cool. So yeah, if you're not into the club scene and all that stuff, there are things to do, you know. Again, everything closes early because we're in the South, but you know, that's something you gotta get used to as well. If you're from like a big city like New York City, the city that never sleeps and all that stuff, but it's pretty cool. So that's it, y'all. If you like this video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Once again, if you are from Houston and you're watching this video, say hey. Also, if anybody here from Houston, lives in Houston, have any other advice to give anybody that's looking to move down here, drop down in the comments. Don't say don't move here. Don't say don't move here, y'all. But other than that, the traffic. Everybody talks about the Houston traffic, and the Houston traffic is bad. Another honorable mention, I guess. But again, I'm from somewhere where I feel like the traffic still moves down here. Again, maybe I'm just catching it at a decent time, but I'm used to back up north. If I'm in traffic, I'm sitting. Also, there are significantly less lanes back up north. But again, I will see y'all on the next video. Hope y'all enjoyed this one. Later. Go Giants. Yes, my team sucks, but it's Sunday, so I'm about to go and watch some football. Later, y'all.